History about to be made then here in Le Mans, full throttle, lights out, and we're underway for our 1000th Grand Prix. Bagnaia got a really good launch away from pole position, so did Jack Miller's on the inside of Marquez and Bagnaia. Miller up in a second, but it's Marquez that will lead into the Dunlop chicane for the very first time. Martin again trying to go the long way around the outside, just as he did in the sprint yesterday.
And we're going three abreast there through the Dunlop chicane. Bagnaia beating up a little bit, he's down to fifth. He won't have Brad Binder too far behind him. He was really quick off the line. He's just in behind Marco Bezzecchi. In fact, he got eased wide there, Brad Binder, on the outside of La Chapelle. That is the South African dropping right down to the back of the field.
Yeah, Aleix Espargaro was involved in that early skirmish, wasn't he? Aleix himself hung out to dry wide coming out of La Chapelle. We saw his Aprilia bucking and weaving with Alex Rins on his inside, so a disaster for Brad Binder early on here. No significant progress made by him. It's Marquez then that leads here in France as he chases a fourth MotoGP win here in Le Mans.
So the world champion back up into fourth. The contrasting fortunes for the two Frenchmen off the line. Zarco down 1 to 10th. Fabio Quartararo up 1 to 12th. But the big question here at the front of the field is how quickly can Bagnaia make progress?
Miller's going for here. I just wonder, this is Miller thinking about his front tyre temperature and pressure in the group. He got in hot, didn't he? He ran in a little bit wide there. Marquez needs no second invitation. They lean on each other, shoulder to shoulder, elbow to elbow, knee to knee. Miller has the inside line going into garage there. Martin's gone in really, really wide. Miller's in hot as well. Marquez takes the lead back. You can't take your eyes off this Grand Prix here in Le Mans. We hoped he would deliver in the 1000th Grand Prix. It has already. That was super, super tight there. Miller almost tagging the back of Marquez's Repsol Honda into Shimano-Berg.
And Bagnaia got past Marini and all of that, so the world champion back up into third place. This is what happened to Brad, I think, on the first lap.
Here we go then. Coming into La Chapelle.
So it's Alex Marquez.
Yeah, was it Zarco there? Alex Marquez runs Zarco out wide. That in turn pushed both Aleix Espargaro and it was just the domino effect, wasn't it? Alex Marquez just giving a little tap there to Zarco, and that basically had the knock-on effect, which compromised the early performance of Aleix Espargaro and Brad Binder. Is Miller going to be close enough to strike on Marquez into Dunlop chicane? You bet he is. Is it going to be the block pass? Just park that KTM now in the middle of that chicane. They'll all bunch up behind the Australian now, but Miller hits the front for the first time. Vinales can cut a real tight. I was going to say too tight. He was too tight, wasn't he? Because around the outside of him, there was clear contact there.
Contact! Vinales and
Bagnaia gone down. Vinales and Bagnaia caught up in a tangle together, and Pecco Bagnaia on the outside has been cleaned out by Vinales. Well, we need to pick the bones out of this one because quite clearly they've got a difference of opinion. Now this is hang on, steady on, boys. It's all getting a little bit heated here. The adrenaline is pumping through their veins.
So have a watch of this. It's into the right hand. Vinales has already gone past Bagnaia at this point, and then they merge together as they then Vinales coming from that tight line trying to take the left-hander, and Bagnaia of course on his right, and the two just meet in the middle.
Yeah, here comes Vinales then on the inside into turn number 11. He's just going to run in a little bit wide. He's trying to set himself up here, isn't he, for the sweep into Recorder one. Two riders fighting for the same piece of tarmac, and they both go down in a cloud of dust, and tempers have frayed in the gravel trap, no question. Vinales clearly thinks it was Bagnaia's crash. Bagnaia, no surprise, has a completely different perspective. We're going to... Oh no! Marini! Marini went down. This is a really scary incident. It's Alex Marquez right in the middle of the circuit. Look at this. Marini thought he was down here. He picks it up on his elbow. Bezzecchi somehow got through, and then as Marini, his tyres gripped again, he got picked up, and it just threw him into a trajectory that slammed into the side of Alex Marquez. Another really, really scary incident. You've got to just say that's another racing incident. Here comes Bezzecchi. That's really, really close. He's running Marquez right out to the car park there. Marquez with the long lap penalty loop, wasn't he? That was aggressive by Marco Bezzecchi.
Bezzecchi just sends it. This is now under investigation as he moves Marquez out onto the green paint. Both of them run off the racetrack, so you can understand why Repsol Honda are pretty unhappy with that, because Bezzecchi didn't even make the corner in the end. But remember, early on in this race, when Martin sailed wide into Garage Vert, we thought his victory hopes were over. He's up into second place now.
Bezzecchi now lunges on the inside of Martin into the Dunlop chicane. He's on the charge now, up into second place. Will he have to though maybe drop one position? Yeah, Bezzecchi does. Yeah. He has got to drop one position.
Bezzecchi now does look behind him. He's trying to slot in behind Martin. He does that nicely. Johan Zarco quicker than all the riders ahead of him. A 132.339 for the Frenchman. Martin out wide, but Zarco's about to join this battle.
Yeah, Martin just a small mistake running pulling a fraction offline through La Chapelle. Bezzecchi comes through, and now here comes Marc Marquez.
There's Bezzecchi attacks.
Yeah, he just set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Briefly, the latest Spargers on the charge. Bezzecchi then leads, using a bit of Ducati power there. And here comes a dive bomb from Marquez on the inside of Miller into the Dunlop chicane. They're almost swapping paint on the KTM and the Honda through that turn 3 and 4. Chaos does not even come close, does it, to describing this French Grand Prix so far, as Miller gets that rear tyre hopping and skipping underneath him. He wasn't able to bring it to the apex, and Marc Marquez sweeps on through. Marquez now back in second place. Miller looking for some instant retribution into turn number 11. He can't find it though. Miller's going to have problems here holding and resisting the charge from Martin. I just wonder whether early on here comes Martin. That has been coming, wasting little time there. Martin back inside the top 3. They did their personal best laps. Marquez a 1:32.1, Martin a 1:32 flat.
Oh, look at Fernandez.
You know what, Miller's got big trouble here, hasn't he? Jack Miller is sinking, dropping like a stone. Nothing he can do here, Miller. I just wonder what's going on there with the Aussie, whether it is front tyre, whether it's rear tyre, or something else that's clearly handicapping him at this stage of the Grand Prix. But Miller, the early leader, going backwards.
Here's what happened. Zarco got Miller into the Dunlop chicane. Augusto Fernandez almost got the pair of them on the way out of it as they both run wide. You probably won't see him on the left, but he was there somewhere. But Augusto Fernandez up into 5th position now. 2 of Honda's
big stars, big names in quick succession here have crashed out of this French Grand Prix. First it was Joan Mir, his woes continuing into Shimano Berth. Alex Rins goes.
Martin now does make the move into the S Block. We're going to have a repeat potentially here of the Bagnaia-Vinales collision if Martin doesn't get out of it. Marc Marquez fighting tooth and nail.
Martin goes for it again into Garage there. Can this time round he make it through? No, he can't.
Martin though looks much closer now as they exit the recorder mark.
Yeah, Martin has got the drive. He's going to just try and ease onto the inside of Marc Marquez. Yeah, he does it. Through he goes then with 3 laps to go. Oh, that was close. You know what? Marquez is going for it. His Honda snakes from side to side, but he hogs that inside line. Martin probably could sense that was coming and just gave Marquez a little bit of room. But they swap places for that second again.
So
here
Martin
he goes.
has to go into the museum corner.
Marquez has gone down. Marc Marquez has crashed out. Listen to the groans, and that has put, well, initial groans and then 2 cheers of joy, because the French fans know that Marc Marquez late mistake has put Johan Zarco onto the podium here in France. That's going to hurt. That is going to hurt big time for Marc Marquez. It just shows, Lewis, he's constantly on the limit, on the edge. Every time Jorge Martin's got through, Marc Marquez has been desperate to go with him, latch onto his rear tyre. His late drama, late heartache. The fans are going to be in raptures as Johan Zarco will take a podium, but our 1000th Grand Prix did not disappoint, did it? There is 15 times world champion, MotoGP legend, congratulating, waving the checkered flag. Marco Bezzecchi wins a phenomenal French Grand Prix. High drama, Jorge Martin, after his incredible fight with Marc Marquez, takes second. Johan Zarco does take a home podium. The French fans absolutely love that special moment for Zarco. Augusto Fernandez takes a stunning 4th place.
A second win of the season as Marco Bezzecchi masters a memorable 1000th Grand Prix here at Le Mans.
Need more MotoGP action? Click here to get your fix.